Shri Pushtimargi Laksanani, recording number 5, verses 8 and 9. Verse 8. Yatra swatantrata bhakteravir bhavan apekshanat savanubhava swarupatvam pushtimargaha sa katyate. Yatra swatantrata bhakteravir bhavan apekshanat savanubhava swarupatvam pushtimargaha sa katyate. Where devotion is independent, does not rely on the external manifestation of the Lord, and embodies many types of divine experience, know that to be the blessed path. Where devotion is independent, does not rely on the external manifestation of the Lord, and embodies many types of divine experience, know that to be the blessed path. The blessed path is where, this is the Tika, the blessed path is where, in the mood of separation from the beloved Lord, devotional hearing and praising his glories is enough to provide the fruit of supreme bliss. Hence the name of these recordings, Shravanananda. Singular honesty and unalloyed surrender give the devotion its independence. The devotee does not require any specific circumstance, and especially not any expectation of reward, to motivate their devotional activity. The devotee can stand alone before the beloveds in the simplicity of their love. The grace-filled devotee will enjoy every part of the process of devotion and neither expect nor depend on the beloved's manifestation, for their soul's relationship to them is sealed and fuels its own motivation. For the soul's relationship to them, capital T, is sealed and fuels their own motivation. In his Seva Phalam treatise, Sri Acharyaji teaches that the best fruit of divine service is alokik samarthya, special transcendental power, here specifically referring to a prolonged tolerance of the grief of separation of the beloveds, in which the self-applied balm of listening, praising, serving with body, mind, and the life breath is the only relief from those pangs, and so naturally becomes continuous. See Pushtimargi verse 15 following. In his Nirodha Lakshan treatise, Sri Acharyaji begs in the very first verse for the suffering that Sri Krishna's parents and all his associates in Braj experience in his absence. Forgive the pause. Such activities as listening to his pastimes and singing his praises, etc., are then done with the utmost love and provide the experience of all kinds of heartfelt sentiments for the divine. Therefore, the yoga or separation has pride of place in this path of grace. The relationship thus forged needs to be very personal, very transformative. As Sri Surdas Ji has written, Nahina rahyo hiya mahathur. Nanda nandana achata kesayani ura. There is no place in my heart for anyone or anything else to enter, for Sri Krishna resides there. The devotee's relationship with the Lord is thus independent in every circumstance and also interdependent, nourished by the divine reciprocation, independently interdependent. In inverted commas, independently interdependent. Thus concludes verse 8. We continue to verse 9. Loka veda bhaya bhavo yatra bhavati rekataha sarvavada katha sfurtihi pushtimargaha sakatyate. Loka veda bhaya bhavo yatra bhavati rekataha sarvavada katha sfurtihi pushtimargaha sakatyate. where there is no fear of the mundane or scriptural realms because of profuse divine attachment, and so where there remains no trace of any kind of obstacle, that is the blessed path. Where there is no fear of the mundane or scriptural realms because of profuse divine attachment, and so where there remains no trace of any kind of obstacle, that is the blessed path. In his Sri Shiksha Patra, Sri Hariraji has over and over again instructed that to closely approach the beloved, the aspiring devotee must renounce all concern for favourable situations and results within the worldly and also the scriptural realms. The devotee no longer cares about what society will think of them or whether their actions will bear worldly rewards. Furthermore, they are no longer concerned with gaining spiritual merit through specific practices, or whether the scriptures would approve of their behaviour. If it pleases their beloved, then it is appropriate. There is no other consideration. When fear thus disappears, the heart space can then nicely fill up with loving mood towards the beloveds and plans for ways to please them. Sri Pratameshji has taught in his explanation of surrender, as mentioned in Pushtimarg Ke Akarshan, when surrender is complete, of caste, creed, name, fame, family ties, wealth, home, offspring, etc., then 4 beautiful conditions arise. Total annihilation of fear, grief, doubt, and anxiety from the heart-mind. Then the devotee has not to worry about decisions, but to let go, let God. This surrender is the essence of all practice, and even this is known to be Bhagavat Prarit, that is, inspired by the Lord's own will. This process makes all obstacles dissolve and tumble away, for it becomes two-way. The obstacles were really the lack of room for such immense love in the devotee's heart. And now, in the room which was previously occupied by fear, the love between the soul and the beloved's flow both ways freely, and then can never be obstructed by that fear, doubt, inability to surrender, attachment to external ritual, etc., etc. When Sri Krishna invited the gopis in the forest with his flute, they immediately ran there, leaving behind their husbands, children, and household duties of all descriptions. Sri Krishna then told them to go home, upholding the path of righteous women. Then they fearlessly reject his suggestions, for they had no concern for anything other than their beloved. Neither infamy, nor scriptural, nor societal condemnation, nor the demands or criticism of their family members. Srimad Bhagavatam, as a reference, 10:29-31 onwards. With that total surrender, all obstacles to their attainment of their one and only goal fell aside as they were totally disregarded, and attachment to any other kind of path or consideration disappeared, thus clearing a direct pathway to him. This is the blessed path of grace. Thus concludes verse 9. Jai Jai Shri Radha Pranana So Pyari Juki.